Today's little 45-minute flow will be focused on the back bend, which for me, back bend isn't the right word. So I always think of back bending like opening up the front, and that way it doesn't feel so intense on my back. So I don't know if that makes any sense for you, but maybe something to think about as we move through the flow. If you do have a block handy, I think we probably will use it at some point. But don't worry too much if you haven't. So we'll start seated, and you can be cross-legged if that feels all right for you. You could even sit on your block if you needed to. And then just rest your hands on your knees. Take a little moment to settle, to ground your sit bones down into the mat, and then feel the spine nice and long all the way to the crown of the head. Now just let the head move or turn from left to right. And just explore that movement that you've got available there today. So the head can easily move from side to side from that occipital point. And then we can also let the ear fall to each shoulder. You might feel the muscles either side of that a little bit tight, a little bit tense. And if the movement is clicky, then maybe just don't go so deep. And then we'll just hold the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then let the chin drop to the chest. You should feel a nice stretch there in the back of the neck. And then let the head swing over towards the left side. And just bring the head back to the center. And then going back the way you came, lowering the left ear towards the left shoulder. Letting the chin swing to the chest, feeling the stretch and mobility you've got in the back of the neck. And then letting the head swing over to the other side. Bringing the head back to the center. And then just to finish with this part, let your chin go up towards the sky and stretch the front of the throat. So you can hold it there for a moment. If you want an extra stretch, bring your bottom teeth over your top teeth like a bulldog. And then release and bring your chin back parallel to the floor. Now just let your eyes close. Settling the breathing. Starting to slow your breathing down. So long breaths in through the nose and long breaths out through the nose. Feel the air cool as it goes into the nostrils. And then warmed from the inside as it floats out of the nostrils. So I love to do this. See if it makes any sense to you. But the next time you breathe in, follow the air as it floats in through the nose and trace the front of the spine. Follow the spine all the way down to the coccyx. And on the exhale, follow the breath as it flows up the back of the spine, up into the head and out through the nose. So try and create that journey with your breath, tracing the front and back of your spine. You can imagine the breath like a white mist. And visualize, use your imagination. The breath highlighting the spine. Tracing the spine. You can imagine as the breath comes up the back of the spine and into the head that it's like a cobra hood. Like a snake standing up and cobra hood, loud and proud, ready to protect. Just keep the breath flowing and then let yourself fold forwards. And don't worry about lifting the chest up or anything, just let yourself fold completely forwards. Allowing the spine just to explore that flexion, hinging from the hips. So still rooting the sit bone down, or sit bones down. You can even push your hands into the floor, bring your chin to your chest, really round into the back, just to explore that. Then walking your way back up, taking your right hand just by the right hip, lift your left arm up to the sky, and then just lean over towards the right side. So enjoying that lateral stretch. And notice how and where the spine moves here. Coming all the way back up, resting your left hand by your left hip, reaching the right arm up and over your head and just exploring that lateral extension there. Feeling all the intercostal muscles stretch, so referring back to the Monday session where we were working on chaturanga. Making your way all the way back, taking the fingers behind your bum, pressing your palms flat on the floor, fingers towards the bum, push down to the hands and then puff and lift up the chest. Nice big breath in, long breath out. Good, making your way all the way back to the center, and just for a moment, cross the other foot in front. And push down to lift up tall, and then exhale, fold it forwards. Push down to the sit bones. You should feel there's a little bit more in the leg of the hip that's in front. So it's always good to do it on both sides. That's a good opportunity to stretch and wake up your body. Walking your way back to the center, and then taking the left hand just by your left hip. Maybe you can go a bit further this time. Right arm up and over your head, and reaching over towards that left side. So your elbow might start to fall towards the floor, but definitely don't let that right hip come up. Feel that lateral extension there. Good. Making your way all the way back, just changing sides. Right hand on the floor, left arm up and over. And again, leaning over, keeping that left sit bone pressing down. As soon as you start to lift the sit bone, then we're not getting a true stretch. Good, and then coming back to the center, taking the hands behind you, fingers towards the bum, pressing down, and just notice now that extension of the back. Notice how the arms puff up the chest. Sitting, rooting down to the sit bones, nice big breath in, squeeze the shoulders together. So here is your front body stretch. And exhale. Good, all right, release, coming back up. Roll yourself through to take your feet behind you. Let's take those legs to the side and into a little version of your cat-cows. So taking your awareness to the sacrum, to the very lower part of your spine. See if you can lift the tailbone up so that you get a little arch in the lower back there. And then do the opposite of that, and you're going to tuck your tail and notice how the lower back gets longer. Again, letting the tailbone lift, nothing else moving. So we do this a lot. And then tucking the tailbone and just feeling the spine get a little bit longer. So now notice where there isn't movement. This whole sacral part of your spine, there's no movement there, or pretty minimal movement. And that's the case when we're in a back bend, that will never really move that much. Now start to take the cat-cow further into your body, letting the belly sink and lifting the head, chest up. And you can feel that hopefully a little bit more mobility as you go up. Rounding into the back, spreading the shoulders. So enjoy now as we move up the spine. Where is there more movement, more opportunity? And then really start to bring the head into the pattern as well. Lift your head, chest up, push down to the hands. Maybe you can feel the chin higher. And then as you exhale, tuck the tail and tuck the chin into the chest, round into the back. A few more times. So cat-cow is a great way to warm up the whole spine and also just to explore what movement's available for you and where. So not always, only can we do this movement, but if you come back to neutral, we can take it to the sides as well. So we've got all that movement as well. And of course, you're warming up your body, ready for the session as we explore this. Now we take the circle the other way. So we explore the sides, the front, the back. So it's like a 3D version of your body. The body is 3D, but sometimes we see it in 2D. From here, where your hands are, pop your elbows. And then from there, bring your hands around your elbows. Walk the elbows forwards and let your forehead fall to the floor. And as the head falls to the floor, can you feel the stretch through the arms, armpits, and chest? And I want you to imagine there's a hand in between your shoulder blades, pressing the chest down. Just check in with how much mobility, how much space that you've got there to work with. So we're all different. I tend to have a little bit of a hypermobile back, so my challenge has always been to create the strength to support that. Otherwise, I just fall into back bends and it's not safe. And then for other people, the back is a little bit stiffer, so they haven't got that problem. But then it's just trying to create mobility. Coming back up, bring your hands back to where your elbows were, and now see if you can go a little bit further. Take the hands to the corners of the mat and lower the chest and chin towards the floor. If it's too much, pop a block underneath your chest. So you've got that lovely caterpillar shape now. And again, you can imagine that hand gently pressing the chest down towards the floor, and your spine is getting that decompression. So all the vertebra and the discs in between each vertebra are getting a little bit of extra space, which it will enjoy. It will enjoy. Take one more breath. And if you ever feel any tingling in your fingers, then you probably need to come up a little bit higher, as you might be pressing on some nerves. All right, bringing the hands back underneath you, and then do the opposite of that. Chin to chest, push away from the floor, spread those shoulders. Before we get moving, let's explore the rotation of the spine. So you can come back to neutral, push down to your left hand and take your right arm up to the sky. Yeah. Now notice your hips will want to come with you. Try and keep the hips where they are as you twist the chest. And then slide the right arm underneath you towards the left side. You take your left hand to the top of the mat, push down through the back of your right arm and squeeze your right hip back. Okay, so if I magically appeared in your room, then I would try and hook your right hip back as you press down through your left hand. And then explore the rotation of the spine there. You take your left arm up to the sky, wrap it around your right thigh, and stack the top shoulder back. Now, if you can get your left fingers around the right thigh, can you push that right thigh back while you open up the left shoulder? So you might not be able to get there, but if you can explore that. And of course, with the breath in, you'll intensify the stretch. Breath out, relax into the stretch. Good, release, left hand onto the floor. Pick yourself right back up. And push down to your right hand, swing the left arm up to the side. Notice if you move your right hip, try and keep it back in space. And then slide the left arm underneath you towards the right side of the head to the floor. And again, same thing. Add a little bit of weight into your left hand and try and squeeze your left hip back. Right fingers to the top of the mat so you can intensify the stretch or not. It's up to you. What do you feel like you need? Okay, notice as you travel from the sacrum all the way to the crown of the head, where do you feel movement and space? Take the right arm around your back if that suits. And again, if you can snuggle your fingers around that left thigh, work on pushing that left thigh back and opening up the right shoulder. So we don't move the hips to accommodate the stretch. One more breath. When you're ready, release, bringing the right hand back down and then picking yourself right back up. All right, just rock forwards and back. And as you go forwards and back, start to feel now this really important part of the back bend, which is the hip flexors. So if those hip flexors, the muscles here in the front, and the quads are tight, then that will inhibit your back bend quite substantially. So eventually start to lower the thighs towards the floor and just see how it feels. Getting a little bit lower every time. Eventually you might be able to start to draw the chest forwards, let the pubic bone fall down. But you can always have your arms bent if that feels a little bit tight, or maybe you don't want to go down too low. So no catching of the back. You don't want to have that sensation there. Good. Last time. Excellent. Push the hips back into your heels. Have your knees together. Relax the tummy, chest, head over the legs. You're in your child's pose. Take a breath in, let the back stretch. And a breath out, relax over the legs. Looking forwards, come up onto all fours. Let the chest drop and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift the head, chest up. Okay, from there, you're going to bend your elbows. Let them brush the rib cage and lower your chest and your chin to the floor. So you've got this lovely caterpillar shape again. Let the legs lie flat. Draw your shoulders down the back and then lift the head, chest up. Now I want you to really root down through the pubic bone to lift the head, chest up. If you don't root down through the pubic bone, then you overarch your lower back. Lower back down, push through the hands, take it back into your child's pose. Grip onto the mat. Looking forwards, come back up onto all fours. Take your cow, so you're letting your belly sink, lift the head, chest up. And then you let the elbows bend, take the chest forwards, land in between the hands, chin to the floor. How does the spine feel there? Good. Let your legs lie flat. Draw your shoulders down the back, and then lift the head, chest up. But make sure that you tuck the tail, push down through the pubic bone and lift up. Yeah, so you won't go so far with the pubic bone pushing down. Yeah, so the front of your pelvis pushing down. Lower back down, push into the hands, take it back into your child's pose. Maybe you're feeling the chaturanga still in your arms. Last time like that, coming forwards. Take your cow, let the belly sink, draw the shoulder blades together, lift the head, chest up. As you exhale, bend the arms, see if you can lower your chest to the floor. Enjoy the caterpillar shape here. And then let the legs lie flat. Okay, push the pelvis down into the mat. There's that little tuck of the tail, shoulders back. It's a cobra. Yeah, so our cobra, we keep the pubic bone on the floor, we keep the thighs on the floor. Good, lower back down, we'll push back last time into that child's pose, rounding into the back now, chin to your chest. Good, look forwards, come up onto all fours, tuck the toes under, lift your hips up and back into your down dog. Do a little wiggle, maybe you've got a Circle out the feet a little bit. Yeah. Now bend your knees so much that you feel your thighs on the floor. Push your hands so much into the floor that you can keep the knees bent and lift the tailbone up higher. So feel that stretch through the spine there. You can keep that left leg bent as you lift your right leg up. Keep it bent as you lift your right leg up. Can you push your hands and try and lengthen the spine even more? Bring your right knee into your nose and slot your right foot inside the hands. Okay, rock forwards and back. And how's the front of that left hip flexor feeling, especially since we did warriors yesterday? Lower the left knee to the floor. Now hold it here. Be careful of the left knee, but see if you can squeeze your left heel into the bum. Hopefully you can feel a nice big stretch through the left quad, left hip flexor. Now tuck the tail under, lift the head, chest up. If it's too much like this, lower the foot back down. But can you lift the arms up? Yeah, so already feeling all the front side of this left side stretching, allowing the back to arch. Lower the hands back down, take the left foot back down if you lifted it. And then lift the hips up and come into a little pyramid pose, but not a complete pyramid pose. Bit of a cheating one, a little bit of a wide one. Squeeze the right hip back. Inhale, can you lift your head, chest up? Hands can be on blocks if the floor's too far away. And then exhale and fold. How's the hamstring? Re-bend into the right leg. Take your front foot to the back. Lower your knees to the floor. Release your feet. Good. Draw the chest forwards. Now arch your back a little bit. Feel that. And now do the opposite. Tuck the tail. Keep the tuck as the elbows brush the rib cage. So keeping the spine strong there. Lift the head, chest up. And then you can come into your upward dog now. So you'll push down through your feet. Tuck the tail. Lift the chest. Good. Let's take it straight up and back into downward facing dog. And bend both knees. Squeeze the belly into the thighs. Lift the hips up. So we'll keep the right leg bent as you lift the left leg up. Keep it bent. Keep the belly towards the thighs. You push through the hands. Long breath in. Good. As you breathe out, bring your left knee into your nose. Left foot lands inside the left hand. And rock forwards and back. So you might be feeling that resistance there in the right leg. I am. When you're ready, lower the right knee to the floor. Yes, you're already feeling the stretch through the right hip flexor, right quad, but do you want some more? Squeeze your right heel into your bum. And if it's too much, you just take it away. Yeah, lower the leg back down. It's already a big stretch. If you're feeling good, lift the chest up and then lift the arms up. Kick the bum with the heel if you need more. Feel the stretch through the quad, hip flexor, and then see if you can lean the upper body back. You're not sinking in your lower back. Upper body. Good, guys. Lower down, hands down. And if you lifted it, lower the back leg. Just going to lift the back knee and then work on straightening the front leg. Doesn't have to be completely straight. If it's too much, bring your back foot in a bit. Inhale. Exhale. Let's re-bend into the left leg. Take your front foot to the back. Well done. Lower the knees, release the feet. Do the opposite now. So you're going to arch your lower back and then tuck the tail. So the core is strong. Elbows brush the rib cage. Just go as low as the shoulders are in between by the elbows. Now lift the head, chest up. Maybe the knees come off the floor. If upward dog is too much for you, do Cobra. Take it up and back. Downward facing dog. Nice big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. You got your first proper down dog. Heels towards the floor. Maybe they're not all the way there. Legs straight. Push through the hands, or your version of straight. Push through the hands and try and send the tailbone up.
We'll come up high into the toes. Now bring your chin to your chest. So you're looking up towards your pelvis. Keep your chin to your chest as you roll your shoulders over your hands, tucking your tail. Keep that curve of the spine until your shoulders come over your hands and lift your head up. Come into your plank. Drop your knees if you need to. Now keep the spine strong. Now elbows brush rib cage. Lift the head, chest up. The tail is still tucking, so we're not sinking too much into the back. And then lift it up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Let's try that one more time. Come up high onto your toes, as high as you can. Bring your chin to your chest. Look to your pelvis. Keep looking to your pelvis as you roll your shoulders over the hands. Think about the tail tucking. Once shoulders come over the hands, start to lift the head, chest forwards. And then elbows brush the rib cage, hover. And do the feet, come through Cobra, up dog. Nice, take it up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. Right leg lifts to the sky. Bend the knee and open up the hip. So nothing moves with the back here, it's just the hip opening up. Bring your right knee into your nose. I want you to really round into your back here. So spreading your shoulders. And then bring your right foot inside the right hand. Come into your high lunge now. Legs strong. If you're wobbling, take this left foot out to the left side a little bit. Good. So you take your hands behind your back, fingers pointing down. Find that little slope of your back. Inhale, start to draw your shoulders up and down the back. Keep the hands pressing into the lower back, and then see if you can lean back. So it's the upper body getting the stretch, or it's the upper body leaning back, not the lower back. Keep tucking the tail, breathe in. And then breathe out, lower the belly over your right leg. Take the hands either side, front foot. Walk the hands forwards and lift the left leg up. Inhale, draw the head, chest forwards. And as you exhale, fall forwards, chin to chest, knee to nose. Good, lower your left foot next to your right. Put your hands onto your shins. Lift the head, chest up, round into your back. And then exhale to do your cat, round into the back, chin to chest. 2 more times like that. Inhale, lift the head, chest up, so it's cat-cow, yeah, but standing. And then exhale, round into the back, chin to chest. Good. This time, inhale, lift the head, chest up. Feel that extension. And then exhale, fold over the legs, knees are bent. Good. Roll your way up, chin to chest. Push down to come up. Press the hands together. Oh, actually, take the hands on the lower back. Fingers pointing down. Bend your knees. Use the hands to push the hips forwards. Keep the tuck, keep the core strong, and then lift the upper body back. Lift it up and over, hinge from the hips. Straightening in the legs, or your version of straight. Releasing the hands, inhale, lift the head, chest up. And then exhale, plant the hands, jump your feet back. You can step them as well. All right, draw the chest forwards. Elbows brush the rib cage as you hover. Lift the head, chest up, and hold it here a minute. Bring your chin to your chest. Push your hands and try and spread your shoulders. Keep the core strong as you move through the spine, lifting the spine up and making your way up into your downward facing dog. See if you can go backwards. That might take a little bit of practice. All right, let's lift the left leg up. Bend the left knee and open up the hip. Now, nothing happening with the spine here. We're just trying to get that opening through your left hip. Okay, bring the knee into the nose and round into your back. Really spread the shoulders to create space for the knee. Pop the foot inside the left hand. How are we doing? Come up into a high lunge and just explore it there, the front of that right hip. All right, so take the hands behind us. Fingers pointing down. Push down. Get a tuck of the tail again. And then draw these shoulders back.
lift the head, chest up. Yeah, so the sacrum is secure, the lower back is secure, but we're making the most of the flexibility in the upper back. Good, and from here, lower the belly over the thighs. Fine. And then walk your hands forwards and start to lift your right leg up. Hamstrings, inhale, lift the head, chest forwards. Exhale, nose to shins, chin to chest. Good, release the right foot next to the left. Take that halfway lift and lengthen, hands on your shins. And then your cat-cow, so exhale, round into the back, chin to chest, tuck the tail under. Now lengthen the tail up to the sky, lift the head, chest up. Hopefully getting more mobility now. And again, exhale, round into the back, chin to chest. Good, last time, inhale, draw the head, chest forwards, nice long spine. And then exhale, the knees are bent, lower the belly over your knees, over your legs. Roll your way up, chin to chest. Take the hands behind you, fingers pointing down, bend the knees, tuck the tail, push thighs forwards, hips forwards, draw shoulders back, lean it back. Lift it up and over as you hinge from the hips, hopefully that all feels good. Releasing the hands, inhale, lift the head, chest up. And exhale, jump or step your feet back. Elbows brush the ribcage as you lower down and hover. Drop your knees if you need. Lift the head, chest up, come into your Cobra. Now try going the opposite way. Chin to chest. Push away through the floor, round into the upper back. Keep moving, lifting the hips up, and then back into your downward facing dog. Breathing in, and breathing in. Good. So lift the right leg up to the sky. Bend the right leg and send the knee up to the sky. Open up that hip. Take your, come up high onto your left toes. Take your shoulders over your hands. Stay here or let your right foot fall to the left side into your wild thing. Try and open up that right knee as you reach through the fingers. Yeah, come into this wild thing shape or stay where you were. Looking to your left hand, come up onto the toes of the right foot. And then bring your right hand to the floor, right foot next to the right thumb. Well done. Now you're here. Lower the left knee to the floor, release the left toes, and then lift the arms up. Now, press your palms together, take the hands behind your head, squeeze the arms into the ears, and now try and lift the upper body back. So it's the upper body getting a stretch, the tuck of the tail is keeping all of this lower part safe. And then you can straighten your arms and see if you can turn the chest higher towards the sky. Good. Bring your hands heart center. We'll take a twist, left arm outside of the right leg. Push down through the right hand into the left hand. Notice where the rotation happens from. Yeah. Sacrum stays still. We're twisting from belly button and above. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee up off the floor. Good. And then big move, release the hands. You're going to drop the back heel 45, come into warrior two, facing the left. Adjust your front foot and spread through the fingers. Good. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into the right side. Good, big circle, right hand comes down. We're going to change the vinyasa. Left arm up and over the head. All right, front foot to the back. Try this. You're going to bend your knees and arch your upper back all at the same time. So you land, knees, chest, chin at the same time. And give it a go. Legs lie flat. Draw the shoulders up and down the back. You can do Cobra, you can do up dog. And then lower back down. Push the hips back into your heels. Take a child's pose just for a moment. Good. Come up to seated on the heels.
Come up to standing onto your knees and take your right hand behind you. Push the thighs forwards, hips forwards, swing the left arm up and over your head. Good, coming back, sitting the hips down, swing over to the other side. Left hand behind you, push the thighs forwards, hips forwards, right arm up and over your head. A little circle camel. Good, sitting the hips back down. Come back onto all fours. Cat-cow, let the belly sink, lift the head, chest up. And then exhale, round into back, chin to chest. Good, last round, tuck your toes under, lift the hips up and back, find that downward dog. Left leg up to the sky. So you bend that knee and open up the hip. Good, so now you can stay here, this is fine right here. You can come up high onto your right toes and take your shoulders over your hands. Then you're going to flip the dog, letting the left foot fall to the right side. Reaching the left fingers towards the front of the mat there. Breathing in. Good. As you breathe out, look down to your right hand. Lower your left hand to the floor. Bring your left knee into your nose. Left foot inside the left hand. Good. Lower the right knee so you feel the stretch to the front of the hip flexors. And then lift the arms up. So you press your palms together, take the hands behind your head, squeeze your arms into your ears. So it's like the arms are helping you to brace everything. So you lift your head, chest up, upper body and rib cage leaning back. And then once you feel good there, keep the arms squeezing into the ears and extend the arms away. And we're tucking, the lower back is staying safe, just the upper back. Good, bring the hands heart center. Twist towards the left, right arm onto the outer left leg. Nice. Now, like we said earlier, don't let the right hip come forwards. Push down through the left hand to twist. Belly button and above. Tuck your back toes and lift the back knee. Rather than getting taller, get longer. If you push down harder through that left hand, can you bring the center of the chest more to the thumbs as an option? Looking down, big move, release the hands, coming up and through into warrior two, dropping the back heel, adjusting the front foot, spread through the fingers. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into the left side. Big circle, left hand comes down. Big circle, right hand comes down. Change the vinyasa, front foot to the back. Give it a go. You can always do knees, chest, and then chin, or all at the same time. Knees, chest, chin. Good. Squeeze those shoulders back. Let the legs lie flat. Pubic bone rooting down now, protecting the lower back. Shoulders draw back. You can lift the head, chest up. And then lower it all the way back down. Push the hips back into your heels. Find child's pose just for a moment. You know you've got one more circle wheel, circle chair. Circle camel. I'll just go through all the lists of the names. Coming up to seated on your heels. Okay, be brave. Take your left hand back. Come up onto the knees, thighs forwards, hips forwards, swing the right arm where it will go. Good. Nice, bringing it all the way back up. Swing the right hand to the side, left arm up and over your head. Push thighs forwards, hips forwards. Good. Bringing it back to the center. Well done, guys. Take the hands forwards and tuck the toes under. Take a moment just to sit in the heels. Rest your hands on your thighs and lift up nice and tall as those toes. Take a big breath. Good. You're going to stand up onto your knees. If you like, if you've got knobbly knees like me and you're on a hard floor, then you can roll up your mat. Coming into the full camel now. Take your hands behind your back like we have been doing, fingers pointing down. Connect all of this together, all this core here by tucking the tail, lift the chest up.
Start to push the thighs forwards and hips forwards. You've got your toes there to push into, and then draw the upper body back. Find your camel shape. So there shouldn't be any sensation in your lower back, no pinching or anything. It's all the upper back. You're braced round by the lower lumbar spine with the core, the tail, tuck of the tail. Lift yourself all the way back up. Do the opposite of that now, undo your feet and come back into child's pose. Good. Last time. Coming back up onto the knees. Now you can untuck your toes if you want to go a little bit further. Do this again with the hands on the lower back, tucking the tail, drawing the upper body back, if that felt good for you. If you want to go a bit further, lift your arms up. Good. As you exhale, swing your right hand back to your right heel. Push down into the right heel through the palm of the hand. Keep tucking the tail while you push the thighs forwards, and then swing the left arm up and over your head. Push down through the right heel to come all the way back up, and then just change sides. Yeah. Now, if you wanted to go a little step less than this, you could have your toes tucked under, but make sure there's no pinching of your back, guys. Okay. This is the most important part. Any pinching, then you come up. Make it less intense. Good, coming all the way back up. And then doing the opposite of that, sitting the hips into the heels, rounding into the back. Just relax. Lovely, guys. Coming back up and unfolding the mat. If you folded it over, and we just roll legs out in front and come down onto your backs. This is like a whole 3-hour workshop. There's so much more information to give you. Hopefully you get a sense of how to keep your back safe while you're opening up the front and while you're exploring what's possible. So we have to finish with a wheel. So come into your, with your feet flat and your knees bent. Have your hands flat on the floor, big breath in. Get the belly drawing back as you exhale and a slight tuck of the tail there, so that engages all the core. Push down to your feet, feel the hamstrings and feel the glutes. So the more you tuck, the more stretch you're going to feel through the front of the hips. Take your fingers towards your shoulders, your elbows squeezing in. Yeah, so everybody can do that bit. Keep the tuck of the tail and then push through the hands. Come up into wheel if it suits. You can always move your way to a wall if you like. Nice of it. Bring those feet closer together. Nice, push down through the hands. Yes, send the chest to the sofa. Excellent stuff. Nice job. Keep drawing those knees together. Nice, Grace. How's that feeling? Yeah, good. See if you can. Oh, that's it. Good. Push, push, push. Squeeze your elbows in towards your ears, Grace. Elbows in towards your ears. Nice job. Beautiful. Good. Come down whenever you are ready. Well done. Hi, Casper. I think it's Casper. Have your feet as wide as the mat. And then just let the knees press together. Drop into the center one by one. Now we'll bring the soles of the feet together, knees open, and take your arms up and over your head. What a journey, yeah? I find the opening of the front of the body is always the most tiring theme. I always feel like I need a nap after doing it. This is quite exhilarating, quite freeing, quite opening. So do give yourself this little moment just to settle. You could have one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, just letting your elbows rest on the floor if that helps you to ground and to settle. Just let the breath flow in and out through your nose. your spine like a spine of the book. You know, it's the one thing that keeps everything in its place, and all the muscles, again, supporting that. So if we can stretch and strengthen in the right way, then hopefully we'll never do ourselves damage. I'm hoping that I've given you some tools, some ideas, some things to think about to help deepen your back bend, but most importantly, just to be safe. You're welcome to continue practicing. You're welcome to take a Shavasana maybe a bit longer, or you're welcome to move with me, continue with your day. So we'll start to move the fingers a little bit. You could extend your legs out in front. You can take the arms up and over your head, do that lovely full body stretch. Just notice, how does your spine feel? And then roll over to the right hand side, fetal shape. Good. Make your way up to seated. So back where you started. Try and keep your eyes closed just for a little bit longer. And you want to root down through the sit bones. Again, feeling the spine nice and long. Now your spine has been on this massive journey for 45 minutes. So how does it feel now? Bring the hands to the heart center, thumbs into your chest bone. Big breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Hope you feel like you can back bend into your day now. Bend over backwards for everyone. Have a lovely rest of the day.